Hey everyone, Fez here from Crypto Setups. Today I'm excited to bring you this DeFi tutorial. It's all around DeFi 2.0. So if you haven't heard of it, it's all the craze at the moment, with Olympus DAO kicking off, and then there's been variations to this. And then on Avalanche, we've seen all these forks because Ethereum is so congested. We've seen these forks deploy on Avalanche, and there's some insane APYs, and the whole concept is just, if you look at it and you do not explore it a little bit, you think, well, this is a pyramid scheme, or this is not sustainable. But today what I'm going to do is I'm not going to show you the inner workings of the protocols. I'm going to actually show you how you can set yourself up, how you can use the protocol called Wonderland and its fabulous time token. So I'm going to really zone in on this protocol. Now, a few disclaimers. According to all the docs and things, it is still unaudited, so make sure you are very careful. When I'm using this protocol, I have a separate wallet set up, and I use it. And I'm going to, through this tutorial, take you through what each of these mean, mainly around the price and the runway and backing per time. And then finally, I'm going to show you how to use it. So first things first, if you haven't started with the Avalanche ecosystem, we need to get you set up. So I'm going to not spend too much time here, but I'm going to show you some quick tricks that'll help you in future to set yourself up with new wallets and things like that. So this particular Wonderland, if you want to interact with it, you need MetaMask. You need your MetaMask set up to the Avalanche network, and I'm going to show you how you can quickly do that. Chainlist, I will have this in the show notes, and as soon as you go to the website, you can just search for your network. As soon as you put it in, you can see it's straight away got the test net. If I click connect to wallet, it'll connect it to my wallet, and if I pull my wallet down, you can see, okay, and it's connected. And then the next thing I have to do, see, I didn't read my steps, add to MetaMask. Click on add, approve. I know it's a bit cut off, but that's okay. There we go. Now I am on MetaMask. When you click on MetaMask, the top part will show you here we go. And I am now connected to Avalanche. Now it just so happens that this wallet address, I had just sent some Avalanche. So the next step, if you are following along, is you need to get some AVAX tokens in your wallet. And the way you do that is via an exchange. You can use bridging services. I have used an exchange, a KuCoin, and then moved it across into the wallet. And the withdrawal portal that I picked was AVX-C. And it doesn't let you pick the other one once you paste your wallet, so you know you're not getting it wrong there. So now you've added your network, you've got a little bit of the native token, and always remember this, the native token is what also powers your transactions and things like that, just like Ethereum and any other network. So make sure you keep some in there, and a decent sum, not 0.001, like leave 0.1 or even more than that in your wallet, and use the rest as you have planned. Okay, enough about that. So Wonderland. What is Wonderland? What is time token? Now, I'm not going to give you an excellent explanation around this, but essentially it is a fork of Olympus DAO, one of the new protocols that is labeled DeFi 2.0. And what they're trying to do, what Wonderland is trying to do, is create a reserve currency that is native to the Avalanche network. Now, when I was thinking about this, if everyone remembers, ages ago, Facebook went to make a coin Libra, and originally they wanted to do a basket of world currencies. They would take a basket of different world currencies, and then the peg would be based on all of that. I've thought of it in this way. This is kind of what Wonderland is trying to do, but in crypto world with crypto assets that cannot be controlled by the federal government if they were clamped down in any way. So Wonderland is taking this concept, and it creates this basket, which is of, as you can see on the website, it is of these particular tokens at the moment. Now the DAO could vote for more tokens to be added, but currently these are the tokens available. So it takes all of that, puts it into the treasury, and then mints the token time. And there off it goes. So I'll come back to where it goes exactly, but I hope that's really helped explain what it is. So all these forks, some of them are very specific. They're trying to capture a certain market. A lot of them, though, you'll see in their introductions, they're pretty much copy and pasted and changed a few words around of Olympus DAO. So keep that in mind. Wonderland is quite a popular one. It's been around for a little longer than many of the other forks that are popping up, but it's still very new. So when you have your wallet, everything connected, the first thing you can do is land on the site and you can connect your wallet. So let's do that. And as I'm talking through, I will explain things. I have made the font bigger as well, just to make sure. Okay, so we are connected, and this is all you see. So you know what's going on here. So let's talk about the left hand side. This is your dashboard. This is where it shows you the current time price. Very important to note, this is the current market price of time. Okay, and then your market cap, your TVL. Now this is the APY. Yes, 89,000%. We'll break this down a little bit more so that you understand how you earn that much. And I'm going to give a quick shout out as well to someone who I've just picked up a calculator in a random Discord. They've created this, which will help give more context. So I'll bring that in a bit later. And then you have the current index time. So what this is, as we add it, I will break down how you can use this and work out exactly how much you've earned. The treasury balance, so this is how much money that's sitting in the treasury. This is backing per time. Now, market price, and this is where I called out market price, is 9,046. However, there is per time in circulation this much money behind backing it. So this is what's cool about this DeFi 2.0 concept, because yes, the market price is way higher because the market is speculating, but underlying asset that is backing the amount of time exists, there's other assets backing it. So it hasn't just come out like an ICO, here's 10,000 tokens, market find the value. Its value is derived from the amount that it has backing it, which is really cool in my eyes. And the runway, this is basically how long, the longer the runway, the better, how long it can sustain a high APY based on the treasury and the yields and the amount of money the protocol is generating. Okay, so remember, why does it exist? It's just a reserve currency designed to take in other currencies and create one kind of currency there. Terrible explanation, I know, but I explained it earlier a bit better. So that's the dashboard. I will come back and touch on a couple of these. Staking, so this is where you come to stake. Now mint. Okay, so let's get to the big question here. How do you buy time? Okay, so before we get into that, the first thing you can do when you click on time, you see you can buy it on Trader Joe. Let's add the tokens first. So time, add, they've made it nice and easy so you don't have to go through any trackers and things like that. We've added the tokens, excellent. But straight away you've noticed time and memo, which is memories. Now, in this case, all that happens is when you stake time, you get the same representation of memories, and all your staking rewards is given in memories. From your point of view, it's the same thing. Okay, just remember that. Don't get confused. It's traded one for one. So when you unstake, you'll get back the exact amount of time that when you stake, that gives you memories. So just keep it there. Let's not go further with that. Okay, so the protocol works in two ways. Once users who want time, you can come in and give assets noted on the left hand side, which is wrapped AVAX or LPs, these LPs, or Magic Internet Money, which is a stable coin. So what it's saying here is if you choose to mint, right now the market price, I would get a 5% discount on each of these assets. So what I'm doing is I'm taking, say in my case, I'm going to give a wrapped the wrap token here. If I want to mint the time token, I will give the protocol my token. I will receive the same value, but with a close to 7.59% discount on the market value. So you can clearly see over here that you saw the market price over here is 9,046. If I use this, I will get it at a discounted rate of 8,426. But the catch is there's a vesting period of 5 days. Okay, so This is a great arb opportunity for me as a trader. I can come in, swap it, mint, and make 10%. Oh, well, 8%, close to 8%. However, that is dependent on the price either ensuring the price doesn't drop below this value. Okay, so that's one thing you can do. Now you have to wait, and slowly what's locked, you can redeem it every, I think it's 6-7 hours, depending on the way the block times work, and you can claim that portion of it and either sell it or stake it, up to you. But this is the first process, minting. So in order to mint new time, you get it as a discount. The protocol takes custody of your tokens and it goes into the treasury, generating income for the treasury. And this is how the protocol makes money, and this is why the treasury is so big. Now, this is step one. The second aspect, well, the first aspect, the other aspect I should say, is staking. So you've got your time token, or it's vesting. You have two options. It's sell for the 10% profit, or say in this instance, the price actually drops to 7,000 and you're like, oh, well, damn it, I'm not going to make money here. What you can do then in circumstances like that, the protocol actually encourages you, no, don't sell at a loss. Come here and stake your time token that you have now gotten, because you're looking at an APY of 89,000%. Now, if you do the old formula where you divide, the percentage by 12 months and stuff, that's not giving you an accurate representation. This compounds over time. So this is where I've got this calculator that I'll show you in a second, will make a lot more sense, but let me walk you through the entire process. So in my scenario, talking again, you don't want to sell at a loss. You come in here, you stake your time, and as the longer you leave it staked, it starts to compound. And basically what's happening is, in the minting process, the treasury the protocol is making money, and at the same time then it's using what asset it's acquired to mint more time, and ensuring that it's got a underlying backing to it, based on the protocol's parameters. And that minted time goes to stakers as rewards as well. So there's a portion of it that gets dispersed if any new time is minted. If the treasury goes, it mints new time, and then it goes to the stakers. And this is where the staking APY starts to compound ridiculously, because if you hold it in there for a period of time, let's say 1 year, then you are going to realize this kind of APY. But if you leave it in there for like 5 days, it's not going to work. Okay, so I think I've just covered off. I wanted to cover what the minting process is. Yep, so you mint at a discount, you acquire time over a 5 period. You have to wait that timeline. Or you could just go and buy time at the current market rate and quickly stake it to start compounding and getting that APY. That is another option for you as well. So what we're going to do, first things first, I'm going to use this token to mint. Okay, I've not swapped it for, I will mint, and we'll just do straight away. You can see based on the time I'm getting a discounted price. So I'm going to mint 0.20. Now see over here, it tells me how much time I will get, the max time I can buy. Well, yeah, my ROI based on the 5 days and the vesting term, right? Okay, I'm just going to start this process again, and I'm going to mint off this. So let's click on mint. I'm going to use the token. I know I have a minimum, so I'll use 0.80. See what that gives me. Yep, that's good. I'm going to hit mint. Straight away it's with fees. Excellent. Let's do that. Okay. There you go. So you probably noticed you have to wait. Sometimes you may button bash and things. It takes a little bit of time to process, and then accordingly it takes a little bit of time to actually update on the dashboard. And if it doesn't do that, then hit a quick refresh. But here we are. Now what I wanted to show you is, you've seen I've minted. I haven't gotten any time. What I have gotten is, you can see now in the redeem, if I click on it, it's saying that my time is over here, and within 5 days I will get my rewards, and then I can claim it, or I can claim and auto stake it in one transaction. Okay, so a last part I didn't point out is, see these ROIs, they will change depending on parameters for the DAO. So for example, if they have too much of one, or the market price starts to change, then they will adjust. It will automatically scale the ROI depending on what we need to do, the protocol needs to do to not keep shrinking, I guess, is a simple way of putting it. So, which is kind of cool as well. So, but more in depth, read the info and things. I'm not going to break that down, otherwise I could be talking for a few hours. Okay, so we've gone through now the mint process, where you have the turnaround time and you have to wait. So what I will tell you is, you can, if I haven't tried it with Wonderland, but many of the protocols work the same way. So you can come back to the mint status and in redeem after, I think, say a day. You'll probably notice a little bit is redeemable. So if you were using this process not to take advantage of the ARB opportunity, but more likely to get the discount and then stake it, then you can keep coming in and claim an auto stake, because the longer you have your time staked, the better your rewards, your compounding timeline gets. So we'll come back to that. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you is how you can stake. So to stake, you have to buy first. Now, so you saw me earlier and we were at Trader Joe's, and I just need to make sure if I'm staking, is there a minimum? I don't believe so. Excellent. So I'll go to Trader Joe. I've got 0.76, so 0.50, which won't give me much of time, but just for the sake of this, I will swap it. Now, keep an eye on your slippage. I am doing very little, so it's okay, but I think the main liquidity pool, the big liquidity pool, is with Magic Internet Money. If you're wondering what I'm saying, Magic Internet Money is actually, even though this is all Magic Internet Money, is actually a stable coin. So we'll confirm the swap here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to refresh over here just in case. And now I'm going to take you through staking. Oh, you can see it's dropped a fair bit. See, the price has been adjusting every time I've been doing stuff, but that's okay. So now let's stake. The first thing, all you need to do is come to staking, and as long as you have time, you can stake it. In this case, you've seen I've just purchased it, and I am going to go max. And so the way the staking works as well is only the first time you'll have to approve it. Post this, if you're coming back to stake more time, say you've just purchased it and you want to do it, you won't have to keep approving it. It'll just have the stake button. This is also important, why I called out that you need to make sure you have enough of the native token in your wallet. You notice I didn't swap 100% of it because I made the mistake a little while back and then had to retransfer the native token in the wallet to pay for fees. So there you go. See, it didn't update, so you had to go through the refresh route. Okay, great. So now we'll go max. Yep. And my image is covering it, but it's telling me that it's done. And it'll take a moment. There we go. You can see. So straight away, what you've seen here is my time is gone. It has now changed to memo. It's the exact same amount, and you can see already in my the next reward, which will happen in the next rebase, I will get this reward. And you can see then at 5 days, it will go up to that rate. Now, what am I talking about? So let's come back to the dashboard. So let's talk about this insane APY, okay? So what I'll do, I'll show you this cool thing, this individual, full shout out here, credit to Slow She. He's actually created this. I just saw him post it, and it's an ROI calculator. Okay, so it's got all these different forks. As you can see, there are plenty. So let's click on Wonderland, and I've pasted my wallet address, so it should pick it up. There we go. So you can see at the moment the price. This is what I was talking about. I didn't make mention of this. So this is where the rebase happens, and based on what the treasury has and how much needs to be minted, extra supply needs to get minted and goes to the stakers. That's when the rewards go out, basically, to keep it simple. And how that rebasing works, please read the guide, but that's essentially what's happening. And you can see the next rebase is in 5 hours. Now, here's a bit of a calculator, and you can see I've got $179, and based on that ridiculous APY at the moment, on one day I would get an additional $1.23. But as you can see now, if we get up to 30 days where I have not touched anything, just on this amount, this is not even including my that I've purchased with the 5-day vesting period. So ignoring that for now, this is strictly on what I've staked. After 30 days, that $179 would add up. I would get $48 on that. Okay, and then obviously this is all dependent on the price and how long the protocol it remains and stays and things like that. But this starts to give you an idea, once we start getting to that 319 days, and if everything was running the way it is at the moment, the markets, we haven't gone through a ridiculous bear market, which I believe the protocol, they have this built into what should essentially happen with all the assets that are fundamentally backing the TIME token in that worst case doomsday scenario. We would reach that value may shrink, but at a certain point, what will start to happen is as people are selling, the stakers are starting to reap the rewards, and it should then flow over. I encourage you to look at the Olympus DAO FAQ. They really break down each of these sections in detail and give excellent explanations and show what could happen if we have a bit of a bank run situation. But again, I waffled off, and here we are. You can see that, without me adding $1 to this investment, over close to a year, it could turn into a $23,000 investment based on if the current price were to hold. Yeah. So I hope that's really helped paint the picture of the APY. So when you're going in there and you're working out, you decide to leave it in 30 days, what you can work out with this fantastic calculator is for if you had a risk appetite of 30 days, at 30 days with the current price, you would probably come out with an extra $46. Okay, that is if you don't add anything extra. Cool. So we've covered that. Now the index time. Okay, great. I said I would cover this. Now what does this matter? Now that rebase that I mentioned, the rebase, every time it rebase, this goes up by 1. Okay. Now, if you want to also keep track of how much you have earned, what you would do is take note of the rebase index time, the current index, and whenever you decide, say 30 days from now, you wanted to look at how much you've actually earned, you take a look at that, what the index time is, and then you divide the two, the first and the new at the end, divided by this 3.84, and that will tell you how much time you've earned. Okay, so yeah, I think that's covered that, and I feel like I've covered everything here. So overall, I hope my roundabout explanation, I've shown you how you can use the protocol, what it means. So you can see in your wallet, if I go to assets now, my time is 0, but I have memos, and the same concept I've used to mint. You could use any of these. Cone tokens. Now, if you didn't know and you're looking at it going, oh, but he didn't explain what this LP tokens are. So these are, if you go and add liquidity into Trader Joe, for example, of both sides of the pair, you can then come and bring that LP and mint time with that LP. But by doing that, basically what you're doing is selling you're giving up your stake, that LP, to the protocol, and they will give you time tokens in 5 days for what you sold it at in the current market. So keep that in mind. And yeah, so now how this all turns out, it's going to be interesting. But this is innovation at its forefront. They have leveraged off various protocols and created this new system, and they've nicknamed it DeFi 2.0. But I feel it will evolve more than that. But we can already see so many variations kicking off with this. We've seen Snowdog is an interesting variation to this, where they're basically kicking off a meme coin in that way, which I don't have any respect for meme coins or anything like that, but I found this concept very cool because they're launching the meme coin after a certain amount of time with an actual backing value against it, so which was pretty cool. But Olympus DAO, Popsicle Finance, there's so many variations to this that specialize using these mechanics to kind of what they've labeled protocol-owned liquidity. So the protocol controls all its liquidity and its distribution process, and of its native token, in this case being TIME, and the way it gets dispersed is to TIME stakers. All new TIME is basically dispersed to TIME stakers, and or minters who have to wait the 5 days. So it's pretty cool and interesting. Hopefully this has really helped explain a few things and get started. What do you do right now with TIME? Personally, I'm just letting it compound and I'll play the waiting game. Hopefully the bull market lasts, say, another 6 months. Even if it doesn't, what I do know is, there is a treasury amount backing. There is a dollar. There is an underlying asset, multiple assets here backing TIME, and in Olympus DAO's case, Olympus DAO and various other protocols. Now, one thing to be cautious of, I know I've gone on a little longer, is, see, we're seeing a lot of forks, okay? Now, everyone's trying to capitalize on this. So I always come back to, what is this fork trying to capture? If it's like the explanation I gave is, you've got Aave. Now on Ethereum, if you see another 50 forks of Aave doing the same thing, just changing it up a little, you're not going to throw your money into it. There's only a certain amount of time. So, but Aave now, that type of DeFi, the open market, money market, is an established protocol system, so chains have their native and that's it. And there's Aave, there's a few. You don't see people forking and building the same thing over. We are seeing a lot of that happen here because this is kind of the next evolution, and people are trying to capitalize in all kinds of ways, and some of them won't be healthy, or they'll turn out to be quite nasty. So please do your research. Do I back Wonderland TIME? No, I don't. I just seen the protocol and done a lot of research and thought I could help people understand what is happening here, why the price is so high versus what is actually backing it, but what actually connects that and why this actually happens, and then trying to put a bit of information around the index and the treasury and runway and why this APY is so ludicrous and how it actually works. So thank you for listening. Make sure, not financial advice, do your own research. Do not put in money that you can lose. I did make mention one thing is I set up a different wallet. Yes, I have not used this wallet for anything else but this, only because if it does turn out to be a rug pull or something like that, nothing else of mine is at risk. So make sure you're putting steps in place and protecting your assets and your safety, but also don't be too scared to play with stuff. That's how you learn. So once again, thanks for watching, everyone. Take care.